Okay, in this session, we will jump to the coding part to understand how we can create a custom password policy. So, if we jump to the package, first of all, you would need to create a package for your uh, custom feature or attributes, same as the theming part, which before I explained about it. So if you are interested to know that how you can customize the theme, you can watch my previous video about it, and also I will drop the link here. You can find it easily. So we will not explain about that process, just very briefly to explain for this specific part. In that case, you would need to create the one POM XML, which it's also similar to process of the theming part, and you can see this including some parts for uh, the versioning and some specific attributes, but the mainly it's necessary to be added here is about the SPI part, which you can find it here, and also this SPI, and there is some functions like Maven plugin and so on. So do not worry for this POM XML file. I will share the link for all this code. This file as well, it's included and you can find easily. Then we have the source file or folder main, and two folder as the Java and the resources. In resources, we have the meta inf and a theme part. The theme part we will not explain, as I said, but why I drop it here, because you can create the one package which is including all the parameters and all custom files. So in that case, if you would like to customize the theming, then you can include it and make one Maven Java package and then updating server. So here you have the one JSON file for the theming again, and which is not our concern for this topic. Uh, this file is our main part, which we need also for explain our the package for the customize of the passport policy, and I will explain later that how and what we need to drop it here. Then if I get back to the Java part, this is the one name which you can customize it. It's not mandatory to be this name, just put it here. And then we are defining the one, actually two files. One is provider and another is factory, provider factory. So why do you need these two parts? Because provider is your method, which you are going to explain that how and which scenario you are going to have it. And also provider factory will create the instance for based on your provider. So this is a method for all the custom SPI. So you need one provider, another is provider factory. So before I jump to the details of the each file. Just I want to highlight the some point here. You may say, okay, how can I understand about the files and where can I find these samples? I can tell you that there is the GitHub history, and then I will drop this link as well. You can find below of this video, but you will find that you just need to search about the password policy, and you will find the password policy provider factory as well as the password policy provider. You can see here. So both files are available in this GitHub repository, and you can get some idea how it can be written. And also, if you want to know about all the attribute for each file, you can go to the Keycloak documentation, and in Java doc here you can find all the attributes, especially for example for policy, right? For the policy you can search and then go to org.keycloak policy, then you will find the password policy provider factory. Let me find it here. I'm sure it was, yeah. You can find all the details, the which parameters and which attribute is required for. Let me see, this one is actually, oh yeah, it's here. You can find all the necessary attribute in this website as well, the which parameters like a policy error and so on is required. Okay, let's jump to the coding part. As I said, you need to have the one policy provider factory and also policy provider. Policy provider factory, it's for creating the instance based on the provider. So you would need to import the some packages from the Keycloak, which is required, and this package exactly the same name which you defined in the folder which I explained it. I have explained that this is that folder, and then you can define that package name here. Then you have to explain about your custom file. Here I defined as a sequence password policy provider factory. Please consider about the capital. The words should be capital, so please consider this one and take into account. And also you would need to implement this attribute which already you call it here, and you have some specific attribute. If I think it's not in provider. Let me just search for if I can find the factory provider here. Okay, I found this passport policy provider factory. You need to click on the package, then you will find it. So if we jump to the attribute, you can see here we have the display name, we have config type, default config type, and multiple supported. So these are exactly the same attribute. You will find it in my code as well. Then let's very quickly to explain that this is the name which will be shown in the Keycloak UI, and it's asking about the config type, which we don't need it. Return the null. For the default config, we return the nulls, is not required, and it's talking about in multiple instance will be published as a false, not. And then here for this password policy provider, we create a session for that one to create that instance. And for initial the config, and the post initial for session factory. And also we need to close this for these sessions, and also we need to define this sequence password as a get ID, which is important for this the part. And we have another section which is policy provider. As you can see, we need a specific the IDs. As I said, you can get from the GitHub some samples, the same packages already or imported for each custom passport policy. Then the same method, we need to define our policy provider, and then also we need to call the packages. And if the password it's valid, then we will consider as as a valid password. And if that password which here we define the policy, it's not equal, then it will drop this message as a error. This is the whole story. And then we defined here one content sequence for our method. So this method including the two parts, because we considered the digit and also letters. So first we take the length of the password and drop it in the length, and then we iterate all these loop for this password, and then we consider the last two character, because we need at least three letters or 3 digit to calculate that one. So this is this for that method. And then is here for the digit part for the numeric, and if saying that okay, if it's digit, then it will take the each digit length plus 1. For example, if it's 1 2 3 4, 1 plus 1, it will equal to 2, and 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 plus 1 equal to 4. So then it will understand it's based on the sequence. So that is the method to finding the password is repeated as a sequence. And for this part as a letter, we will consider in ASCII form of each letter, and then we add the one value, and if the previous ASCII is equal to this next one and the second one equal to the third one, then we will understand A, B, C or A, B, C, D, it's already repeated in sequence. So this is the whole story of this provider. Then we need the last item which I shown you to define this specific custom policy provider factory, because Keycloak was looking for that specific module, or we can say specific attribute at here. So we need to define it. That's why we have to define that folder or that file the same attribute as, let me just in the resources in service, we need to define this org.keycloak.policy, the password policy provider factory, exactly the same name. It's already here, you can see here it's same as this name. The file should be the same name, and the content of that is including the folder's name, first the com, then G widgets, and custom module for the factory. After you provided all these parts, then you need to come back here to install the Maven package. So for that part, you have to go to CMD and then MVN clean package. It will take a few seconds for you to create the Maven package as a Java. After you already have this package in your hand, then you need to copy this file and drop in the server part of the Keycloak. So you can find it in the target and copy this file. After you copy it, you have to jump to the server part of the Keycloak and then drop it in the provider folder. Okay, this is my Keycloak server part, and you can see here we have the provider, and then you have to drop the file here. Already I paste my file here, but you can paste the file at here, and after that, let me just first shut down the server, and then you need to here you need to update the server. So kc.bat space build. With this command you will update the server. It will take a few seconds and your server will be updated. After that, you should start up and running the server, and after the server was up and running, you will find that file or your custom then you will find your, probably I need to, I think, connect again. Yes. Then you would need to come to authentication part in policy, and you will find the sequence password as a custom password policy. Okay, that's all. And if you think this tutorial was helpful, please don't forget to like button, and if you have any question, you can drop your question in comments below, then definitely I will reach out to you. For the coding part, I will drop the link below to this tutorial. You can find the source code of this session. Thank you again. See you next one.